best serves the community. I shake my head and wonder.
Hey everybody, it's the program. We're on TV once again, once a day, turn on the machines, and then we start talking. We're going to be here for an hour. Let's get into airplane mode and run our faces a little bit here for the time being, and I think we're going to have some time. What?
I'll be running.
Run.
Run.
It's Wednesday.
Hello, Wednesday.
Hi, Wednesday. We're back here on the couch again once a day. And it feels good to be back. Look at this. And look around, there's this me and Carl back here today.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had a bit of a packed house.
Yeah.
And now that we're back here, we can get into a regular kind of day.
Right.
You know, some of these days we've been having such an exciting time with Rebecca and everything that we don't do the regular things and
get kind of off track a little bit.
But I like that, you know. The track has gotten too.
We are flexible.
Yeah. I'll let you speak for me.
But I am flexible. Thank you, Carl. For
You're
that.
welcome.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
You're sorry?
Don't overshadow me, Carl. I'm trying to talk here.
Who are you overshadowing?
You.
Are you talking for me now, like all the way, like not even?
Oh God, this isn't going well. I might as well just like eject the tape.
But now, yeah, right.
Put this videotape on the cutting room floor.
Not are you talking for both of us? You're talking for me and not you only. Like, yeah.
This is scary.
I feel okay.
Okay, I feel okay too. I'm not scared.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. I'm glad. Well, what's so funny?
Me?
How are you?
No, I'm not funny. Gosh, what was I saying? That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's almost like bait and switch at a department store. Go ahead and arrest me at some point because I bait and switched the whole personality. It's almost like I'm doing that 3-card Monty on sidewalks of well, maybe not just New York City, maybe Olympia, where it's like, here, guess what car I've got? And then I do this thing and, ha-ha.
You're scamming people?
Ha-ha. And that's probably not something to laugh about. So I disavow anything. It's total reboot. Oh, hello there. It's Wednesday. Hello, Wednesday.
How are you?
I'm fine. I almost did it again. It's terrible that I speak for more than just me. I don't know.
What did you see on the streets today? Or maybe even yesterday?
Oh God. I don't know how to explain this, but I'll do my best. But you'll probably get upset as I. Well, Lord have mercy. It's kind of like a carrying on of having relationships with the internet, or that kind of take me outside of the program. Let me explain a little bit. So I was like, okay, I'm walking home after the program because I wanted to do more stuff at home, and
last night.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm kind of doing at home is I had this Twitter account since like 2009. And I just recently rebooted it. This Twitter account, I think it shows a join date, at least on my side. I don't know if I made it transparent or whatever, but I could certainly make things transparent. And it was right around the time of Friday, Thursday that I started getting myself acquainted with progressive talk. So the progressive talk was pretty big out of Seattle. There was a station called KTPK AM 1090 out of Seattle, and I was a pretty hard listener of that, during or even before 2008. The whole, liberal or progressive or democratic talk on the radio has gone by the wayside because it doesn't generate as many listeners, and we can certainly argue about that, whether or not there's an appropriate amount of listeners or people are just, wanting to listen to the whole Rush Limbaugh, talk out there. I mean, there's more than just Rush Limbaugh out there. But I was like trying to get myself reacquainted with
probably the medium of the radio.
Well, right.
Like I think more old people are going to be listening to the radio.
Well, yes, but there's a lot of apparently conservative talkers out there, and maybe there's well, right,
like
but
who's listening to terrestrial radio?
Well, that's kind of maybe the point.
Yeah,
maybe that the overabundance is just people the people that are giving these jobs is just to fill time slots. Well, like I remember
I think people who are into progressive radio were probably using the internet and online radio and things instead of listening to like terrestrial radio.
Yeah, well, exactly. I guess in a certain sense, AM 1090 I think went to.
Who's listening to AM radio?
Yeah, well, yeah, AM 1090 I think went to sports talk, and Seattle already has like 3 other stations of sports talk at that time.
Yeah.
And it's like, how much more sports talk do we actually need?
Well, how many more
it's
AM
like
radio stations even exist?
Well, I'm sure it's not going by the wayside. They said once internet became popular or starting to become popular that this is going to be the death knell of newspapers, or maybe that TV was going to be the death knell of newspapers. But that's not exactly happening.
Well,
I mean,
it is happening slowly. It's definitely a lot slowly, way smaller.
Slowly, but not not like that.
Slowly but surely.
Well, yeah, but
I don't think anybody thought it was going to be like that. I think everybody kind of saw this like kind of slow trickle of death.
Well, on the other hand, Ben Franklin has been in the publishing business himself, and
Franklin from like the
yes,
olden time from the 1800s. Or
yeah, the Revolutionary War. So you can make this argument that newspapers are going by the wayside, but the printing press has been out for like hundreds and hundreds of years since Gutenberg. And so
that was right when it started to die. Right when something was made, that's when it started to die.
I think it's got 50 more years, 100 more years.
Well, there'll always be the nostalgia people.
Well, not just nostalgia, but I think that there will still be found a way to make newspapers like the New York Times.
I think there's
printed on newspaper. For
more,
at least another generation or two.
No, how much?
Yeah, that's 25. A generation is 25 years.
Yeah, so I think that our generation is the last real generation that's going to be wanting to have that stuff. I think that even within the next one. So I'm going to give it only.
Well, our generation, yeah, but there are certainly older people that want to have those newspapers. I was born in 1975. My birthday for my 40th was last year, like within the last 4 or 5 months ago. So, that being said, I'm sure that there are people that are born in 1950s, 1960s that still like to have a newspaper in front of them, that that they're not as old as dinosaurs, like my parents, or any great grandparents from my that would be my grandparents, but
you don't look at the newspaper.
Are now dead.
You don't look at the newspaper.
No, but I'm sure.
I think about your age or younger, nobody's looking at newspapers.
Yeah, but I'm sure if you go to the schools, the high schools, try to find someone that is involved in the chess club, he would also be, going to the library.
I disagree.
And picking up a newspaper.
No.
I picked it up a newspaper when I was going to high school.
Yeah, and you're the last one. You're like
I'm not the last.
You're the last. I mean, you're.
Call the number 360-836-4384 and tell me that I'm wrong.
You're some of the last ones.
I am wrong.
You're wrong. Kids in high school.
I don't believe that.
Kids in high. Well, obviously, if you believed you were wrong, then you wouldn't think that you were having your own position.
I would still be saying, okay, I'm not wrong. You think so steeped in this opinion.
You think kids today are reading newspapers? No, kids aren't reading. All the kids have their phones, or they're reading their news on their phones and stuff.
The Harvard, the Yale, the geekier types, the more bookworms.
They're going to be more into the phones and computers than the others, and then that's going to be a little niche thing. I mean, some people still like to use typewriters.
Okay.
And those are those little niche people who are like, maybe the bookworms too, and things like that.
Well, anyway, I was in
some form, most things still exist. Some people still write with a feather.
Yeah, a quill.
Yeah.
Ink bottle.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had listened to Progressive Talk and for quite a while, and the reason that I invoke this is because Bernie Sanders was on Tom Hartman's program a lot. Tom Hartman,
back in the day,
and still to this day, they're still to my knowledge, not a whole lot has changed.
You knew about Sanders before he was big time, huh?
Yeah, certainly. During the before 2008, he was on this radio program doing this kind of like town hall thing, which was called Brunch with Bernie on Fridays, from 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock on the West Coast, and this last Friday there was no Bernie Sanders because Tom Hartman flew from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles to do the Bill Maher show. So, but I think that as I was becoming more and more acquainted with, the schedule, the Progressive Talk is basically streamed on the internet now, and through iPhone apps and Android apps and whatever else, and web streams or whatever else. I had enjoyed the Young Turks, not just today, in listening to the Town Hall Forum, which was, pretty informative for me to, listen to watch, to get all this substantive feedback as the two candidates state their position and state their claims and whatnot. Like, for example, Hillary was saying, she on the subject of speaking fees, she's like, I will accept whatever they give me, or something like that. And then there's like a link that kind of came up through the Twitter sphere of from Zero Hedge, and Zero Hedge is kind of like I guess the modern incarnation, the millennial generation incarnation of like the Wall Street Journal, something that's really kind of like financial, talking about buying gold, just to have your nest egg, your nest egg or whatever be solvent for if the dollar crashes or whatever.
The dollar crashes, who's going to want gold?
Well, if the dollar crashes, who's going to want the dollars? Yeah, that's what I wonder. Why are these? Why is the 1% holding all this money if it's going to become worthless?
You think it's going to become worthless?
Well, if the dollar crashes,
on March 16th, huh?
Well, there's all these kind of the things that are floating around, through the course of economic and political revolution. There was a stock market crash of 1929, and here we are again. It's almost 2020, a couple of years away from that. So I guess maybe every 100 years you get these dips and valleys in terms.
We had a pretty big dip in like
2008.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, but we're still alive and kicking it for whatever reason. But the two big debates argument, they have grown bigger since the 2008 bailout. Anyway, the Young Turks was also providing commentary with the Iowa caucus, and I was like, wow, I'm almost like back at home in one sense or another. What I was enjoying, the same sort of voices that I was listening to practically 10 years ago now. And it's like like a really interesting thing for me to be involved with, to listen all this commentary and whatnot. And so I was kind of like live tweeting, maybe not so much during the caucus of Tuesday, but certainly a little bit here today. I was able to provide some replies and whatnot, and so I've been using Twitter off the program. I probably need to kind of promote the program now that it's like.
Oh yeah, we had Twitter too. I don't know who's looking at that thing anyway, but.
Well, there are definitely people. The people are like hashtagging Democratic debate or Iowa caucus, and the information that is being spread, it's spread like wildfire. So whatever Debbie Wasserman Schultz was looking to provide with Bernie Sanders, or Hillary Clinton, in order to give like an uncontested debate. One of the feedbacks from the Iowa caucus is we upset Hillary's coronation, 0.2% or whatever that margin is now. It's not a win. It's not a decisive win by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm really glad that the internet is out there playing a pivotal role in terms of today's electoral process. Internet.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to reach.
Dan?
Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reach Hugh Hefner. We're friends. Hugh Hefner and I are friends.
Good.
You're going to have to call 900 miles to the south or something.
I'm outside the mansion, they won't let me in.
Oh no!
They won't let me in. And
I had no idea. I'm sorry.
I'm wondering if maybe whoever's on this line could help me. Can you call me back? I don't know what's going on. Bye.
Well, you could use I don't know. You could use a He-Man battering ram, or just like sticks of dynamite. Yeah, don't you remember? Like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there was He-Man.
No, what?
He-Man.
He-Man?
He-Man.
Like man? Like he's like his all the powers of a man. He-Man, like She-Man. She-Man. I'm She-Man.
No, there was He-Man, and he had a sister called She-Ra. It was a marketing ploy by, Mattel.
What about She-Man?
There's no She-Man.
Remember She-Man?
No, there was no She-Man.
30 years ago.
That's one of the deregulations that Reagan made in
The mailbox belonging to
Dan Dobler
is full and cannot accept new messages at this time. To leave a callback number, press 5, or please try again later.
Doing the same thing I'm doing now. They only pay minimum wage.
I'm She-Man.
40 miles to make $3 or $4 more an hour.
Oh, I was waiting for saying goodbye, but whatever. So the deregulation of entertainment versus news, merchandising. The TV commercial, the cartoons surrounding Transformers and G.I. Joe and whatnot. That was, let's be honest about it, that was more or less a commercial for children's toys. That went on for a half an hour.
Hi, program. It's Fetty.
Uh-oh.
And He-Man was a part of those commercials. The, animation.
What about She-Man?
Entertainment. No. He-Ra and He-Man and She-Ra.
I think it's about time for a new superhero.
Well, anyway, I'm going to roll the dice. Because it's time.
She-Man, all the powers of women. Here we go. 5. I lost. Ooh, 4. We got a lot of backed up Ginsu messages now too.
Yeah, he's really upset, I'm sure.
Yeah. Let's call
Hospital. Sirens. Medic.
Let's call Freddy first and then
Fire ambulances.
what?
Well, sometimes there's a vehicle that is white.
Uh-huh.
With sirens and whatnot, and sometimes there are these vehicles that are red, and those are what I call fire ambulances because they go to the fire station rather than directly to the hospital.
Fire ambulances. I've never heard that term before.
Well, an ambulance would mostly go to the hospital when it's done.
Hello. Oh.
Hi, you've reached Frederick Dobler.
Yeah.
If you leave me a message, your name and number, I'll call you back as soon as I can.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I don't know. What the heck?
Hello, Freddy.
It's he's gonna call us. He's gonna call us back. He says.
Oh, that makes total sense. good on everyone in the internet to mesh together to make a more fuller, perfect world in which communication can happen.
She-Man, master
But Carl needs to do his Twitter work.
What Twitter work? What's Twitter? Who are you?
Well,
why
just
is
promoting
Twitter
a phone number.
What's Twitter all about?
I don't know, but you're watching your Daily Air with me. It's our long live call-in television talk show that's recorded every day in Thurston County, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 366 days on leap years. YDHWM began on September 19, 2010. Tapes a week in advance, so if you're watching this on TCTV channel 22, 11:30 p.m., this episode taped on the same weekday of the previous week. If you're watching this at 2 a.m., this episode taped on the same day of the month of the previous year. You could also watch any episode of the program on YouTube.com. Anyone can come on the program, especially you. We rely on the community for content, so give us a call at 360-836-4384. Leave a message. We'll play your message on the next episode of the program and call you back. Thanks for your interest in the program.
Now back to the program.
Yay!
Hey, Freddie.
Hey.
Hey, program.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. It's good. I just watched a documentary called "This Changes Everything About Climate Change."
Ooh.
What do you think now?
Scary.
Yeah, I think that. I think that it's probably we need to change some stuff, and maybe I'll go on a climate march or protest something. I think.
Yeah, you're gonna get a sign. Go pick up a sign.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, but I think the number one thing is to figure out how to make renewable energy more cost effective, so that it's no longer financially useful to use fossil fuels, and then that will work.
Yeah, not to have a financial burden.
And do what?
Eliminate barriers.
Oh yeah, and eliminate barriers to their use. Like that's what I gathered some good things. It was a pretty good documentary. I thought it was maybe a little sentimental at the beginning, but it really was pretty good at the end.
Yeah, just the facts,
some crazy
please.
stuff happening. Yeah, facts are good. It's about, it was a lot about how the story is told, like what story we're told about what's happening. And it's interesting. It's interesting stuff, and it's interesting now that China is becoming like much better at what they're doing, simply because they got themselves to that like smog level in like 2003, or I don't know. It's been for a while where it's like so smoggy you can't go outside like half the days of the year.
Yeah, they've been talking about that all throughout the last couple of weeks or months.
They're fogged up.
Yeah.
But they're turning to renewable resources. I don't know how it's working yet, but they've got like a thing called Solar Valley, where it's like all solar powered, and like 90% of the houses have solar panels on them, and all the water is heated by solar heat, and it's all the hot water. I mean, anyway.
Yeah, you're mentioning about Solar Valley, and I haven't heard about that, but I heard that they actually have a TV there to televise a sunrise or a sunset.
Oh yeah, like in the big city.
Yeah, and that's really scary. I mean, people should be able to see unfiltered sunlight without having to watch it on the TV set.
Yeah, maybe looking at the sun is an antiquated idea, though, that we should give up.
I've heard that this is not from the documentary, but something that Kirsten said, that there are people in China who are buying clean air from Canada.
Yeah, like bottled. They have like canned air.
Yeah, they've got they buy it in big tanks and then pump it into their house.
Wow, seems like it'd be easier to filter the air than to ship it.
That does seem like it would be easier. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's right. It seems. But maybe not, or maybe there's, maybe it's just a novelty.
Yeah.
Or it's so polluted that you can't.
Well, the message you left didn't take for some reason. It was only like 5 seconds long. I don't know if you tried to leave a longer one.
Oh, really? I did. I left a long one. I felt I was doing a good job. I was reading really fast. I almost made it, and then it had a cliffhanger. I thought you'd call me back about that. Okay, well, I can give you the rundown on what it was. Mostly a message that was about 1964.
Yeah.
Does Christian not want you to tell it?
Maybe. No, she's fine with it.
Oh, okay.
Oh shoot! I wonder if I can undo my.
Fine with what?
Me reading the. You're fine with me reading?
Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I thought I heard a sound of protest from you when Freddie said he was going to start from the beginning. I thought you was one like, ah.
Well, yeah, like every time Freddie's reading out loud, I'm like reading my homework, and it's really distracting.
Oh, it is? Well, I mean, if you want to concentrate on your homework, I don't want to disrupt you from your studies.
I'm just reading articles about climate change online.
Is that why you watch the documentary too? Is it part of your studies?
Yeah, well, I'm reading the book, and so I decided to watch the documentary to go with it.
Have you heard about this thing that the Earth has been in a really, really unusually stable climate for the last couple of 100 years, and that we're leaving this stability zone?
Yeah, we're in the new era called the Anthropocene.
And maybe I think, and people say that maybe that is a big factor in climate change, is maybe even more than human factors.
Well, that's what a lot of people say, so actually that's really crazy. My class on Tuesday was about climate, and our lecture tomorrow is going to be about the historic climate cycles on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's kind of like if you look at a chart, there's like ups and downs, and it's all controlled by like feedback loops that kind of keep it in this in the stable like up and down cycle.
Uh-huh.
But it has like upward bounds and like lower bounds because of the feedback loops won't let it get any colder, and it won't let it get any hotter because there's systems in place that like will keep it from going to those extremes, and we're way out of the bounds of that.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, I mean the climate changes naturally too.
Yeah.
So, I think you can say that that's true.
Yeah, at least partially true. I always like to say that whenever the topic comes up.
Yeah, because like it does change over time, a lot.
Yeah. Great. All right.
So, oh yeah, and isn't it crazy that we're kind of like in a glacial period, but we wouldn't really think about that?
Is that where we are right now?
Yeah, we're kind of in like a colder period than it could be because there's glaciers and stuff around the world.
Yeah, and we're maybe getting to a hotter time now, right? I mean, we're going back up to the hot times.
Yeah. Mhm.
And we've
really fast.
Yeah, we're on the upswing, so maybe that's going to be how it is. Because I heard that we've been in the same like pattern for most of recorded history. That we've been in this kind of like neutral zone, and now that we're moving up, it's kind of maybe part of the natural cycle because of recorded history. We didn't really understand the cycles of the planet that well.
Yeah, I mean, there is some uncertainty about the cycles in the past because all you can do is like really look at stuff and try and do your best to model it out.
So maybe that we've just been extremely lucky as a species so far that we've been in such a neutral climate.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy because it's changing so rapidly. Like, the atmospheric conditions are changing so rapidly that it's never been seen like this before.
Yeah, in the history in recorded history, but maybe it has been doing things like that, like this, like in maybe the dinosaur times or something.
No, they can see what the climate was during that time.
Oh yeah, with dirt?
I mean,
by looking at dirt and stuff.
Yeah, like dirt and ice cores and all this different type of stuff. It's so crazy what they can do.
Alright.
But so you can see what it's like over pretty much forever.
Oh yeah, we're looking at this thing. You want to play the dice game?
Freddie really does. He's looking at his watch though.
3.
Life, you can link up to a part of music.
Freddie wants a 3.
usually,
Also, I want to know what happened in 1964. You know what happened in 1964, Christian?
Drudgery here in Auburn Hills applied for special tax breaks because they were using.
You know what happened in 1964? I said it out loud earlier.
Yeah, but I was reading and then the only part I heard was when the 3 minutes cut you off, and I laughed because you were talking about you were like, and the scariest thing happened, and then it was like, beep.
Kirsten, what number do you want? No, Freddie said 3. Freddie said 3. What does Kirsten want?
Freddie's birthday.
You can't pick that. It's 7.
Would you?
3.
Oh, is
okay, 4.
Your Freddie's birthday's coming up in a few days then, huh?
I picked a 4 because then we could add it together and have...
That's a good point. Hey, can I come on the program on the 7th? I want to come on the program at 10 p.m. on the 7th.
Yes.
It's Freddie's birthday. You should look at the agenda for his birthday.
I would like to. I'm putting you on the calendar.
Thank you. That's not a good program topic, though.
Yeah. So,
well, that's fine. I mean, subjects are being mixed up, and we talk about one thing one day and another thing another day. I think it keeps things interesting for diehard viewers.
That's true.
Are people not allowed to know it's going to be your birthday?
No, that's fine.
You got 500 points. Freddie?
Hey,
what?
Nice.
What about me?
No points for you so far. But you can still have a chance to come back because there's another 1,500 points up for grabs.
She threw the phone. I'm going to tell you what happened in 1964.
It's okay. It's only halfway through the game. Don't be upset yet. You can be upset after the next one.
All
right, let's finish it out. Let's finish it out for Kirsten because I want to see what happens now because she's upset about it. So.
Okay, let's roll the last 3 dice.
Here we go. Just for you. Just to see if you can be upset or not. Here, let's roll the last 3 dice.
Yeah, let me hold the phone again.
I already rolled them.
No, the last 3.
Oh.
We're going to play the final one. All right, here we go. This is Kirsten's emotions are in check. Oh!
Yeah.
Hey, you got 500 points.
Oh my God, you're lying.
But Nicole, do you have a 5? Oh, but Freddie got 1,000 points, so you still lost.
Yay, I win.
But did I get any points?
Yeah, you got 500 points.
I got 500 points.
Are
but
you lying?
Freddie won.
Freddie won, but you got 500 points, so are you upset or what?
I'm going to throw the phone. I'm going to throw Freddie's phone away in the garbage.
Well, you got 500 points. Don't
do that.
There's no consequences in winning and losing. You get to experience losing without losing anything of value.
I took the phone away from her so that
keep it from going in the garbage.
Yeah. Okay. So some people actually call 1964 the greatest year for music in the last century. Did you know that?
Wow.
No.
It's because that was the. It had to do with the Beatles and the rest of the British invasion. I think the Beatles had another hit album. I think it was the one like something about like "Hi, we're the Beatles" or
Meet the Beatles.
Hi.
Meet the Beatles.
Yeah, Meet the Beatles. That's the one. Yeah, Meet the Beatles came out in 1964. And then there was a bunch of other popular groups that came to America, like the Animals and the Rolling Stones, and then there was American groups like the Supremes and Bob Dylan, all doing stuff. You like the Supremes, Carl? Is that what you said?
The Who?
No, I think the Who was a little bit later.
Oh, what?
The Supremes.
Why?
Yeah, I think the Who was like 68.
Yeah, we'll get to the Who.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But, so they're doing good. You know,
You're sorry?
It's like really exciting time for you. Like people are still listening to the music that was made in 1964. People love it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, other things didn't seem to really go as well this year. Like Vietnam was getting really bad. Lots of people, like U.S. troops, were dying in Vietnam. And then, let's see, there was people getting like pretty upset about the war at this point, and especially the draft. So there was a bunch of, I remember in New York in 1964, there was these 12 young men who in like protest burnt their draft cards, which was one of the very first war protests of its kind, especially against just the draft and not a war, you know? They're like saying, don't draft me. And then there's also the civil rights movement is still happening right now, and people are kind of like getting really into it, but it's also being met with people from the other side who are getting pretty violent. Mm-hmm. There was like 3 civil rights workers who were murdered in Mississippi, I think presumably by the KKK, and the KKK also did some stuff where they like burned some churches, and I mean things were getting kind of bad. It was like there was some back and forth battles for civil rights, and so then
police using dogs, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that some of the police stuff too. Like MLK was, you know, they were marching and stuff. Oh wait, was that this one? Where was that? No, maybe this must have been a different one because I thought he got arrested. Did I say that yesterday? He was like arrested for something. I think it must have been this one. Then he got arrested for some kind of like marching without a permit or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Lyndon Johnson, who is the president after JFK was assassinated, and this year he wins the election to keep being president. But anyway, he signed this thing called the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which is the document that makes it illegal to discriminate against someone based on their race or religion or sex or national origin or color of their skin. And it also banned segregation in public schools and public places and stuff. But, you know, even though, I mean, it's like a super important part of the civil rights movement is that he signed that, but it still didn't like quell the violence. You know, things are still not going well. But it's definitely a big step in the right direction. Those are kind of like the big ticket item things. Then I have a whole bunch of short things, really quick things, like the U.S. Surgeon General reports that smoking might lead to lung cancer. There's some murderer named the Boston Strangler who's captured this year. Cassius Clay, better known as Muhammad Ali, beat Sonny Liston in boxing. I think that's important. Ford releases the first Mustang car, makes the first Ford Mustang.
Wow.
Yay.
Martin Luther Jr. receives the Nobel Peace Prize, which makes him the youngest person at the time to ever receive a Nobel Peace Prize. G.I. Joe toys, Mary Poppins, the TV show Bewitched, and the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer were all
wow.
came out.
We're getting into things that I'm very familiar with, and they're still a big part of pop culture.
Yeah.
It's true, yeah. The whole Bewitched thing. I was talking about witches, and they did like the little winky, blinky thing, you know, that witches do in Bewitched. And that's, I mean, 1965. That's almost 50 years ago.
Yeah,
you know, it's 51 years ago.
It's on TV still. I mean, Bewitched is still on cable TV, and so is that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer thing. They still show that on TV.
Yeah, that one is the wildest thing. It's still like a huge part of the Christmas culture. Is that exact same movie? It's the same one. It's the stop motion animated one.
Yeah.
So the scariest. I got 2 really scary things, and this is the last 2. There was this thing that happened. It was called Pacific Airlines Flight 773. It crashed in California and killed everyone on board. But the reason it's freaky is because the FBI like researched the cockpit recorder or something like that, and it indicates that the pilot and co-pilot were shot by a suicidal passenger. And I was doing further research on it, and it's I don't know, it's just like really spooky. This guy who was super in debt, he was like really broke, and probably from gambling, and he like spent his last day like in some place, like gambling place. I don't know, one of those places. Like, what is that?
Casino.
What happens in like Vegas or Reno, something? Yeah, well, I think it was Reno. I think you're right. It was Reno. But he was like gambling, and he told someone or an employee at the casino, he's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter how much I lose. It won't matter after tomorrow."
Whoa.
And he got on the plane, and like at some point over California,
what a jerk.
He like burst into the cockpit and shot the pilot and co-pilot with a revolver. Didn't go. That was bad. It was a very bad time. Bad thing in 1964. And then one other thing that's kind of dark is that it was also the last execution in the U.S. for a crime other than murder happened. A guy named James Coburn in Alabama was put to death for robbery, and I don't know much more about it than that. But I'm glad that they're not doing that anymore, because that seems pretty. It's also the same year that the UK banned the death penalty entirely. So I don't know. I don't know if this is just what happens when you research the world, like the history of a year, but the dark things stand out in a way, and it's like it makes it feel a little dark. You're like, wow, 1965 kind of seems, or 1964 seems like kind of a dark year, but it's probably just a regular year for most of the people living it. It's just that's the stuff that happened.
It's dark stuff and light stuff. It sounds like there's some good things and some bad things, and those are the things that stand out. The medium things don't stand out so much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very true.
And real fast, how's the production then going?
It's going really good. I've started getting YouTube stuff back out. We're up to date on YouTube now, and we got the shows going on TV at 11:30 p.m. and 2 a.m. every night. So we haven't missed any of those, which is great. We're a little behind on YouTube for a while, but you can check out pretty much the entire archive online for free. We're coming up to our Friday event, and that's going really well. I think we're having last year we really figured out how to get the technical aspects together, and this year it seems like we're kind of getting some of the other ones together. Like, we're getting things planned out a little bit further in advance, and have some like promotional materials, and it's going good.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, we actually have the band and DJ for next month.
Oh, good. What is it?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a band called Velvet Grapes.
Oh, yeah. I heard about them.
Oh, you heard about them?
I heard they were good.
On my program.
They're from Kirsten's master's program. And then the DJ is a guy called DJ Slim Rock. He's also a chaos DJ. So we got 3 chaos DJs in a row.
Great. All right.
Boy, that's pretty chaotic.
This is it. This is the last thing. It's a little production and notice. I'm working on the what is it? The February 29th commercial. We've got it's Leap Year's Day, coming up this month. So 4 years ago on Leap Year's Day, it was Alva Duck Hugger, and it was Luke Turner on the program. So I don't know if we want to invite them back to reprise their role on the couch, but that's what I'm digging through that episode to make a commercial.
Great.
Wow.
All right, thanks, Freddie. We got to call Ginsu. We're going to run out of time before the show's over. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Let's look at the commercial. It's called Ginsu.
Yeah.
We're getting down to it. Yeah, we're not going to have any time to listen to all those messages, but I'm sure they're not really full of content anyway. They're probably mostly nonsense.
Well, that's why they're going to be archival for a future program.
Yeah. What is going on? What year are you in right now? 2016?
Yeah.
2015? We're lost in time.
Yeah, so, anyway, this is your dealer with me. Call the number 360-836-4384 or get on YDHWM.com and check us out. All of the fun that we have here. 11:30 p.m. and 20 on Channel 22. Leave it alone.
What are you doing?
What do you think we're doing? 2016?
Sitting on a couch.
Yep. You got it.
Fucking, I'm genius.
You must have ESP or something.
Let's figure it straight up, bitch.
ESG.
What are you doing?
ES.
PPL. You must have EMTT, PPL, OQRS, PM, CTTBBW.
F you.
F you. What are you doing?
What the fuck, over? Oh, I just woke the fuck up. Is what I fucking did.
Did we wake you up?
Good morning, sir.
Well, I just woke up.
Do you want some hot cakes?
Because I was hotter than fucking hell.
How about a sausage McMuffin?
I was kicking your cunt.
Why was it so hot? You have your heat turned up too high?
Fuck, I guess.
Because it's not hot outside, right?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Not like you would know what it's like outside anyway.
That's right.
When was the last time you stepped out your door?
I don't know.
Weeks, huh? What,
Did you say geese?
I said weeks. It's been weeks.
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 Yeah, well, who gives a fuck?
I guess nobody.
That's right.
I mean, I kind of do. I mean, I think you should get out of the house.
Oh, well. Why?
Just to make sure you know what's real. Like, if I stayed in the same house for months on end, I would lose touch with reality and become detached and confused.
Now, why would you be confused?
Because you don't know what's
Because some people operate on a schedule, Mr. Ginsu.
I would start losing touch with reality. I would start thinking, what's real? What is even existing outside of myself? Like, what is life all about if not interactions with other people?
Oh, well, what is life all about?
If not interactions with other people, I don't know. But I think maybe it's about...
Why don't you tell me?
They could have interacted me with other people a long time ago when they took that one chick away from me.
Yeah, so... Well. But it's getting communication and you know...
And so people are supposed to be away from me.
I guess.
That's kind of a choice that I guess you put upon yourself.
No, they did it to me.
Well, what do you...
Are you in jail?
What are you doing? Well, it's a little bit... Almost, at least he's like in solitary. What do you... At least in jail, somebody feeds you. And cleans your stuff.
Jeez.
Maybe. I don't know if they clean your
stuff.
stuff.
I should go to jail so I can get fed?
Yeah, they feed you in jail.
Yeah.
But they also...
motherfucker, maybe I had to do that over a fucking hair, motherfucker.
Do other things that are
this guy got to get into that motherfucking place.
They put you in jail. I mean, you go to jail, you get fed, but you also get that other thing that jail is famous for, you know?
What's the other thing?
You know, that,
What's the other thing?
that famous jail thing.
Prison tattoos?
You know the thing in jail that happens to people when they're in jail?
Prison tattoos. Yeah.
You get to sleep?
Sleeping? Yeah, I'm talking about sleeping. Yeah. I'm talking about it's the thing in jail, you know, that happens to people, each other, because there's no women in jail.
Well, there's no women in my life either, so
yeah, but there's no
is there
either.
fucking a problem? I'm not hearing the fucking problem.
Rape.
What's your fucking problem, motherfucker? Oh, Jesus.
What are you gonna get out of the hospital?
I'm gonna head over to fucking jail right about now, and then I'm gonna find out maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
When do you get?
Let's do it.
When do you have to go on your food run?
Tomorrow.
Oh, you are? Are you ready? Are you prepared emotionally to get out of the house?
I don't know. That's hard to say. It depends on if somebody starts smelling like a dirty mop fucking cunt whore or fucking
Snow?
it all the fucking depends, motherfucker.
That's your worry when you go out into the world. The biggest concern you have are smells.
Is some dirty mop cunted whore, yeah, fucking
Smell.
You might have to smell somebody's bad smell.
That's right.
Well, that's a lady at the store you had an argument with, right? At the convenience store?
I got that right here at my fucking house, motherfuckers.
You had an argument with the convenience store woman about the mop smell, right?
That's right.
Whatever happened to that? You just let it go, right?
She was threatening to call the cops
because you were being crass towards her, right?
Because I was what?
You were being crass. You were cursing at her and stuff, right?
No, I did not curse at her.
Oh, you were being.
I wasn't rude in the least. She screamed at me. Fuck her.
Why did she scream at you? I don't remember.
Because I told her her door smelled like a dirty mop.
Oh, that's a little bit crass.
Yeah. But you know what?
It's a little bit crass. I mean, that's not very polite to say things like that.
So you know what you could do?
I said it under my breath so that not very many people could hear it and they wouldn't be embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
But she's like, she points somewhere else and like it's somebody else's fault or something.
You're trying to give her constructive criticism.
You know what you could do?
What?
Wear one of those paper masks that people that are sanding wood or whatever, put one of those on.
Then you can be a real shut-in.
And then put some sort of like a nice smelling thing.
Then you'd be a real. It's like you could be an official shut-in if you get one of those medical masks that you wear every time you leave the house. Then you can let everybody else know that you don't get out of the house much.
Yeah, and then you could wear some sort of like a cologne-like thing or something. Spray something on the mask and put it on.
You're a fucking genius, motherfucker. I told you that. I did that whenever I fucking worked with the nastiest
I am not a
ass
genius.
in the world.
I'm Carl.
Oh, you got Oh, hey, it's the end of the show.
Oh, hey, it's the end of the show. Maybe you should go kiss my ass.
We have a minute left.
Not gonna.
Good luck on your.
Now you got a minute. End of the show, we got a minute to go. Son of a bitch. Make up your mind, motherfucker.
Well, that's it. I mean, by the end of the show, I mean the last minute. That's the end.
Are you an asshole by trade or just by function?
Do you think that the end 1 minute left is not the end of the show? Because I think it's the end of the show.
Are you an asshole just by trade or by function?
It's not the very, very end of the show. It's still 1 minute left, but it's still the end.
I think you're an asshole by function and by trade.
Oh, my balls itch.
Good.
Good for you.
At least they're there to itch.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, man. I appreciate you knowing.
Dan Dobler.
Thank you, Hugh Hefner.
Paul. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you, world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going to fast forward to the third dice game, too.
Well, yeah.
Why don't you just fast fucking forward your goddamn life?
Fucking shit. Mother fucking.
Oh, fucking shit.
That's what happens when we roll the third dice game before.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't fucking know. God, fucking.
Oh, call.
What?
Call. Mr. Ginsu, you're a corrupting call.
No.
Yes.
Hey. I need to tell you something.
70 hours a week at these two jobs in the mall.
Next, 2 days from now, or 1 day from now.
What?
About being corrupted.
Marla asked her brother if they could stay with him for
these are
Alright, we'll corrupt you some more later.
Well, I listened to Mike Malloy. Have you ever listened to Mike Malloy?
No, who's that? 360-364-34, call and leave a message. Guru,
he's about as crass as Mr. Ginsu is.
Really?
Yeah. He's a talk radio guy.
FBI, you can't be this crass Mr. Ginsu on the regular radio. TCTV.
No, he's
baby.
He's getting off.
Fabulous.
He's getting off the FCC.
John Webster, yeah.
Doing it on Webstream.
Washington State, USA, thank you.
He had a campaign saying, "Free Malloy," or "Free Mike."
Yeah, dog.
So he's off the FCC.
Coming up on the next episode of the program. Hey, John.
I'm going to be watching cars Saturday.
What?
I'm going to be watching cars Saturday.
All right. Freddie was here.
Not watching cars, but
Freddie was here for a long time. We talked about 1965. Rebecca's at Walmart. Bird's on the phone. Calls here. 11:32 a.m. What's the channel 22? John, go back to bed. We're leaving. Bye, John.
360-836-4384. You can be on TV.
Good night, John. Sweet dreams.
Studios at State Capitol, but we're at TCTV tomorrow.